Page 172, Fiesta España. In this lesson, they're introducing something about syncopation. It's a review, I guess. They're not introducing, they're reviewing. Okay, fine, let's review. Syncopation, remember, is when something is happening in the rhythm and you're not quite expecting it. It's unexpected. That's syncopation. The pattern they're showing at the top is that. What you probably think should happen is this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. That's just regular. That's not syncopation. But when I play that second note quicker, that's syncopation. Whoa, what happened? Surprise. Okay. Sort of the rhythm they're using here in this piece. And it looks like the music is getting a little more challenging, a little more involved. Got stuff going on? Well, that's fine. It doesn't matter. We'll just use the same process. It works on whatever. I look it over. I see it's about 2 pages of music long. As there's a repeat sign, so that's a little longer than that, but it's 2 pages of music to learn. Treble and bass clef signs, at least to start. There's no sharps or flats in the key signature, so we're either in the key of C major or A minor. If we look at the end, we're down here. Ending on an E major chord, well, that doesn't help any because E major's got 4 sharps. That's not E major. So what is it? We're going to pretend this is probably an A minor. And so go ahead and do the scales and arpeggios for C major and A minor. Just do it for the key signature. So let's take them one hand at a time, see what we get. The right hand, at the beginning, this introduction, it's actually easier if we can take both hands together. So I'm going to skip the introduction right now. Let's start on measure 5. For the right hand, it's here. 1 and 1. Well, that's pretty simple. 7, measure 7. 1 and 2. Triplet. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and out. You can start counting the triplet on the C if you want to. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We just crossed over. Here, there's other fingerings, but this works, so we're just staying in this position. And then measure 11, you're here, 1 and 2. Come up, same notes, and then up to the A. And then measure 14, we're here, that's an E. 3 ledger lines above the staff is an E. You need to know the note. Just memorize it. 2 ledger lines you should know, that's a C, and then one more is an E. And the 8th note's 1. And this is a sequence coming down, and we're just going to use 4th finger on all of them after we get it started. We're using 5th finger to get it started, but then we're going to use 4 from then on. You could keep going. You could go up too. Whatever. That's fine. And then we get back to our rhythm like we had at the beginning. On measure 22, it's extended position. Remember, that's just an A minor chord. 1 and 2. And come down. 1 and 2. G chord. Come down again. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. You can figure the chord in measure 25 however you want to. I can do 1, 3, 5 or 1, 2, 4. For me, it's easier for me to reach if I do 1, 2, 4. But you can do 1, 3, 5, whatever. I don't care. And the measure 26, bass clef now. Measure 27, you get your treble clef back. Now here. I missed it when you got bass clef to begin with. You got bass clef in measure 24. That's here. And on these patterns, so measure 26, 27, and 28, these, you can do that. But there's a kind of a standard fingering for this kind of pattern, and I suggest maybe you start using it if you can. 3 instead of a 2. 3. Use it, end on a thumb. So 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Each one. And this one you just keep doing it. 3, 1. Here. So I'm using thumb on the E after the first one. Here. Left hand, well again, the left hand, starting measure 5 is here. 1, I'm using 4 because we came off an E on measure 4, so let's see. 2, 3, 4 in this rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and hopefully you can figure out that rhythm. Measure 14, you're here, and then you get the sequence of measure 16. It's the same thing as 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You use thumb going down. Okay, and then reach up. Okay. Let's put the hands together and see what we get. At the beginning, we're in this position here for these notes. 1 and 2 and 3. They put the counting in there to help you out. I'm hoping you can figure out the counting. 1 and, because the eighth note, eighth rest at the beginning. 1 and that's a quarter note, so the next note comes on the and of 2. 1 and 2 and 3. And on this fingering, I want to connect this left hand. So I'm using fourth finger on the last one, so I can go down. Each one. There. I'm using fourth finger on each of these last notes in these measures so I can connect it with the hands. So again, it's right now I'm connecting everything. 1 and 2 and don't hold these down. These are not quarter notes, they're eighth notes. It's here. Now measure 5, we're here. Let's go over to measure 18. We're here. 1. Now, measure 22, they want you to come up here. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. I see no reason to go from here to here. And then they want you to use fifth finger on all of these. That has to be an error. I would never finger that way. I want to connect this stuff. And the only thing the left hand is doing is whole notes. So just stay there. Just stay right where you are. Second finger for measure 22. And then 3 and then 4. Just stay right there. Don't use 5 on all those, please. No, no, no. So starting at measure 21, we're here. Just stay there. This comes up now, so it's not the same note. So that last two measures. The left hand's going here to here to here. You can use 5-1 on all of them if you want. It's okay. I typically, in this case, I would use a 3-5, 3-1, 4-1, then a 5-1, 5-2. That's how I would typically finger that. Last note in the left hand has an 8VA under it. If you don't have the note, just play the lowest D you have. It's close enough. Then once I have that, I get rid of the hesitations, take it slow and easy, and you can break it up into sections and just work on the sections. But once I have no hesitations anymore, then I can think about the articulation. We have accents and staccatos and things. So, in measure 4, that SFZ, it's a sforzando. That's the loudest accent there is. Let the wrist collapse a little bit. Don't pound. Here. And then measure 5, we're going to connect this. The right hand, you can bring it up, lift up, it's a new phrase. The left hand, you connect it. I would connect them all the way across. These are slurs, not phrases. Get the idea? You put in the articulation. Then we put in the dynamics, which I sort of already did, because this is a party piece. It's kind of loud. F at the beginning is loud. That makes the accented note a very loud note. Yeah? Now, measure 5. Start out. Keep the left hand out of the way. Soft. You have a crescendo starting at around measure 12 or so. You're going to go up to very loud. So moderately loud at measure 11, moderately soft. A little louder. Louder. Now, very loud in the right hand. Makes those accented notes super loud. Like. And when the left hand comes in, keep it in the background. I want to hear the right hand at measure 16. And you're loud here. Now at the end, measure 26, you're sort of loud in the right hand. Keep the left hand in the background, and the accent will take up to loud. Loud, very loud, and then loud. And very loud, and a sforzando again at the end. It's like, ta-da, we're here. Very loud. Let the wrist collapse a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Don't stiffen up and start banging on the piano. Let the wrist collapse a little bit. There is an RIT there where you can slow down if you want. I would suggest you think about the if you want part. If you don't want to slow down, then don't slow down. Typically in a party piece like this that's loud, I would probably not slow it down. I just keep it going to the end. But it's interpretations. Some people feel a retardando there. If you do, slow down. Speed, well, where? How fast do you want that to go? It's just somewhere in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It's fine. It needs to be accurate. So what can you do accurately? Like on these eighth notes. Those need to be even and controlled and accurate and all. Don't go faster than that. Now they've added pedal. And here, pedal is more for the overtones. It enhances the sound. I'd say, gotta lift it up for the staccato. So at the beginning, push the pedal down with the note here, because this is loud. And lift it up here on measure 4 at the end. Lift it up before you go on. So there's a little silence. Here. Now let's talk about this measures 14 to 15. They're pedaling the first part of this. And then leaving it off there at measure 16, cleaning it out. That's an effect. You have to experiment with this. If you don't like that sound, then leave the pedal out. But the pedal is adding the overtones on this chord. I mean, you can almost lift the pedal up with the left hand. Here. They're lifting it up when the left hand comes in. You experiment with the sound. Which do you like? And adjust accordingly. whatever. Well, please don't copy me. You get into it, you make it yours. You don't have to go that fast. You don't have to take it at that speed. Experiment with the pedal. See what you can come up with. Remember the repeat sign there. You said the first 4 measures are played twice. So the introduction is actually 8 measures long instead of 4. Now once you can play this okay, at least slowly with no hesitations, let's play it together. I'll give us 4 counts. We're going to do the repeats. I'm not going to do louds and softs. We're not performing it. And I'm not going to do the pedal because you can hear the notes better without the pedal. So I'll give us 4 counts. I said that again, didn't I? Okay. 1 and 2 and ready and go and 1 and 2. And repeat.